Hello and welcome back to episode 13 of your fortnightly city update video. We'll be diving in to all the construction and restoration projects going on in the city of Newcastle upon Tyne. Coming up in this week's episode, I'll be visiting all the usual sites, including Pottery Lane, which has seen quite a bit of work done since the last video. Plus I have some news on the Castle Leazes site, so stay tuned. So let's dive right in with the construction site of the new apartment blocks on Pottery Lane. Starting on the Redgate Bridge so you can get a good look right across the site. You can see a lot of construction has taken place since the last video. The area to the right has seen a lot of work done, as this was virtually at ground level 2 weeks ago. Moving down onto Pottery Lane itself, you can see what I'm going to be calling Tower 1 is now on floor 10 of its construction. So it has sprung up 6 floors in the 2 weeks from its previous level 4. So it's not taking them long to get these concrete towers built. And now, what I'm calling Tower 2, which is already up to level 1, with level 2 now being constructed, which was also at ground level 2 weeks ago. We also have the start of Tower 3, which is at the first floor, just starting to take off. And looking at the far end of the site, you can see work starting to progress with what looks like the start of another tower. I'm sure we will see if it is in the coming weeks. So looking at the Pottery Lane site overall, there's been quite a bit of work done since the last video 2 weeks ago. Moving on to the former Bark and Stonehouse store at Gallagher, which has been demolished to make way for more students' accommodation. The demolition of the site is almost complete, with most of the original building now gone. The only work left to do is clearing the site in preparation for the construction phase to begin. On my way to the next location, I walked past what used to be the Newcastle United Temporary Club shop, and as you can see, the porta cabins have now been removed from the site, because if you look across the road, you will notice the new club shop is now fully open. Moving on to the new students' accommodation, which has been built on St James's Boulevard. At the back of the site, most of the cladding has been fitted, mainly to the part of the building to the right, but still a lot of work to be done to the main part of the block. Round the front, it's pretty much the same as 2 weeks ago, with just the cladding to be fitted to the right hand corner. Around on Northumberland Street, where workers continue to install a whole new paved area. Work at the top end of the street is still ongoing at various locations around this area, with some work nearly completed outside the TSB Bank. A little further down, they're installing some more drainage channel, with some already completed, and down at the bottom end of the street, it looks like they have wrapped up work here for the time being, as most of the work seems to be concentrated at the top end of the street for now. So continuing our little tour around the city at the North East Space Skills and Technology Centre on Ellison Place. Looking across the site, you can see a lot more rebar has been installed into the foundations for the building. At the other side of the site, work is still ongoing of fitting the rebar ready for the foundations to be completed to the building. Moving on to the new His Majesty's Revenue and Customs building on John Dobson Street. On this side of the building, there are still some glass panels and cobing to be fitted, and a little further down, glass and frames have been installed to the lower part of the building, and more window frames have been fitted at the very bottom of John Dobson Street. Round the corner on Market Street, a lot more window frames and glass have been fitted to the old Collier House fascia, and continue around the building onto Pilgrim Street, more glass and panels have been fitted to this side of the building. Round at the new high-end hotel, which is getting converted from the former fire station on Pilgrim Street. It's pretty much the same here as it was 2 weeks ago, as most of the work is now internal. Work at the Pilgrim Place development is continuing, with a lot more groundwork which has taken place since the last video 2 weeks ago. You can see a lot more earth has been taken away from right over the back of the site and along the side, and more foundations have been laid, and a lot more work is still going on at the top right hand corner of the site. And the wooden fence on Warsick Street has been moved a lot further onto the road itself. Now on to the very long saga of filling in the former subway on Pilgrim Street. After seeing a bit of movement 2 weeks ago with the installation of the seating area Again, not a lot has been done since then, apart from some curbing which has been installed across the back of the site towards the road. You have to remember, I started covering this project in early February this year and is still not complete. And finally, the news about the Castle Laser site, which is in the process of being demolished. I'll give you 2 guesses of what it's going to be, but you will get it in one. Yes, that's right, more students' accommodation. To be more precise, a student village. As you can see, the existing 17 blocks are now being demolished and is going to be developed into a new student housing site at the cost of £250 million. The new development will include 2,011 beds, a student village courtyard, study spaces, gym, karaoke and cinema rooms. The new buildings will vary in height from 4 to 9 stories and are expected to be completed in 2027 or 2028 at the latest. So I will be following this project in future videos. So just before I wrap this week's video up, please let me know in the comments below what your thoughts are about all the developments going on in the city right now. Also, if you've liked the video, please give it a massive thumbs up as it really helps my channel grow. And if you've not already done so, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that bell notification for when I release more videos. See you next time on 55 Degrees North.